welcome my Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your timeless romantic soulmate contract read. I'm your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, available on Kindle, links in the description box, the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons, but you can call me Mal, fellow earth sign that I am, Virgo, proud of it, 4 planets, 2nd house, and ready to rock and roll. Let's get up in this gig. We are doing a soul contract read, 25 cards, second one down. The Aries one was off the scale, so let's see if we can keep this trend going. Couple of things though. It is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and you might want to check your other signs. They are romantic soulmate reads. Twin flame and soulmate. There's so many definitions. The definitions I work with, there are videos in the description box, mine as well as other people's in there. There are classes available. I'm doing on Zoom via Facebook, but you don't need to be on Facebook to take them. Thursday nights, 7:30 p.m. Eastern to 9:30 p.m. There's just a lot in the description box. So, oh, and if you are interested, you know, I'm a Virgo. Of course, I have playlists. Wait till the very end and they pop up on the screen. Cool. Other than that, both feet on the floor. If you can, focus on your breath, if you will. Oh, right, there's a preface to these readings, a preface to the soulmate contract reads. That explains all of it, at least enough to get what's going on here. Otherwise, just be along for the ride. Both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath, if you will. I'll do my best to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace that I can from these different divination systems listed in the bottom of the description box. Give credit where credit is due. Otherwise, let's do this. Please take a nice deep breath. I get tired of explaining usually the second reading of the day. By then I'm like, I don't want to explain them anymore. Ground and breathe as I call upon my collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters of soulmate contract law, the higher selves of all involved, Kuan Yin and Archangel Michael. Please, 3 cards in clarity for this Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading. Let's get them that 8th chakra dynamic. 1 for them on this side, 1 for the romantic soulmate partner, and 1 for the state of the contract, the center lane, as we like to call it here on Drawing the Circle Productions. And hovering, you know, over their heads, that 8th chakra dynamic, the archetype that they're helping each other heal. Soul contracts are you help each other heal, even if you haven't met through the quantum entanglement of that particular soulmate. Comes in many kinds, but we want the romantic soulmate ones. Those in particular. Let's get the Taurus, though it may flip-flop. This can even be their masculine, feminine energy, however it reses for them, please. So there we go, 8th chakra for the Taurus. Just keep my sanity. I'm going to say that's where the Taurus is. You do you. So who's crossing their path. And, you know, what's the, between the two of them, what's either the archetype they share or sort of like the story, like what's really going on. Party number 1, party number 2, the party itself. So let's see. This is in the description box, at the description box, in the title. Wow. Well. Oh my God, an angel and a divine child in a rebel contract? Wow. That's really, really, really cool. It's like an angel and a divine child are like, let's go on the road, right? Let's we're not going to take it. No, we ain't going to take it. We're not going to take it anymore. Gotta read these. This is a divine family archetype. This is a survival family archetype. This is an action family archetype. This feels really cool. Now, as beautiful as an archetype may sound, is as toxic as it is in its shadow, right? It's a sliding scale. It's a percentage from lead to gold, shadow to light, toxic to healthy. This is the stuff you are healing in this soulmate contract. acting innocent or angelic to mislead others. I mean, kids do it all the time. It's a little different. This is a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Falsely claiming to be in touch with angelic guides, which I have a joke about that, but I can't really say it on YouTube without being demonetized. Yeah, Archangel Michael says here, you know, no. Although he might. I love him. The light attribute, helping those in need with no expectation of return. There we go. If you're watching my channel and you're a Taurus, chances are you are closer on that percentage to the light than the shadow. And don't beat yourself up, you know, if you've been in the shadow on that before or attempted to. That's, you know, the soulmates heal this stuff, right? Crossing your path, whoever this person is. The divine child is one of the survival family archetypes. Everybody has the 4 survival archetypes. The child, the victim, the saboteur, the prostitute. They're not as bad as they sound. They're all neutral, actually. But the child has sub-patterns. So everybody has the child archetype, but not everybody has the divine child archetype. I do. The shadow attribute, an inability to defend oneself against negative forces, which is why I became a witch. You're going to come for me to sharpen your claws. Light attribute, innocence, purity, and redemption suggests a special connection with the divine. And with the divine family archetype, this feels delightful. I mean, I kind of get the vibe. Just going to say, this may not be for everybody, but that definitely one of you is like really on your spiritual path. The word angel means messenger. I am the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons, and I'm going to get around to doing a video explaining what that is someday. It's just the gods are like, not yet. The archangels are like, not yet. A good idea, though. But one might be like a little bit more like new to it. Just like, oh, but, you know, unable to defend oneself against negative forces, like, you know, the tinfoil hat woo land aspect of all this stuff, right? Yeah, I paid $250 for a gallon of Reiki water. I don't know that that's a thing, but I wouldn't be shocked if it is. Which is why I love this rebel energy for you. In the midnight hour, they cried more. The shadow attribute, I think we know. Rejects legitimate authority out of anger, rebels out of peer pressure or fashion, which that just cracks me up because it always throws me back to the 80s, because there was punk, like London Calling, there was, you know, the Sex Pistols, and then it made its way over to the United States, and then New Wave, and like just morphed into something else completely different, right? It's unification of punk theme. No. The light attribute, though, challenges authority to affecting social change, rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner growth. Now, I will say, this is alive and well. This is the social justice archetype in its way. The Avenger, another one in the action family. But the rebel, the revolutionary, I could see you two doing a lot. In that case, not just serving perhaps your own situation, your own relationship, the people, places, and things involved in it, whether you know each other or not, but that there is this larger theme here. Now, the thing of rebellion is it's fun. I mean, I was part of the Bad Reputation Nation back in the 80s. Of course I was. Blessed be Joan Jett. Met her once. She was lovely. That idea of rebellion, I mean, that's Star Wars. That's, you know, you can take that story. In other words, you might both share this archetype, A. B, this might be the chapter that you are both in your lives, whether you know each other or not. Okay, let's get some deets here. Daughters of the Moon Tarot. For the angel on this side, I'm not doing divine masculine, divine feminine. You do that for you, if you've already figured out which one you are. But also, I will say, if you definitely resonate with the angel archetype, I could see you also having the divine child. So could be both, and someone else crossing your path. Talk about holographic. Breathe. Ding, as I call upon my goddesses of earth, the sign of Taurus. And the powers of the north, please. 5 cards, element spread, fire, earth, air, water, spirit. We'll get them face down. We'll do the same with the Mythic Tarot for the Divine Child, and then we'll turn them over element by element. So, what is their element of fire? What do they yearn for? What do they desire? This angel archetype. Their element of earth. What is the fuel that feeds the fire? It represents their heart desire. What's the air? What is it that they're thinking here about all of this to feed the fire of their heart's desire? I just had a huge mug of coffee. With a lot of honey and half and half, so that's probably not a third chakra issue. That's probably just me. Let's see. The element of water here. What's going on in the heart chakra-ish zone? How about the card of spirit, the voice of the soul that was chosen to play the role of the angel in this contract? We're just going to quickly get the next 5 down, and this way that side of the table is done. We've got oracles galore and a healing system mostly for the middle lane, but you'll see. Please take a nice deep breath as I call upon my gods of earth, the sign of Taurus, and the powers of the north. Again, 5 cards face down for the Divine Child. The one with the Divine Child in this Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, timeless romantic soulmate read. Happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, romantic, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract read. What's their element of fire? What do they yearn for? What do they burn for? Their heart's desire. Their element of earth. What do they got to fuel the fire of their heart's desire? What are they thinking to fuel the fire of their heart's desire? How about their element of water? What are they feeling about all of this? And of course, the element of spirit, the voice or the point of view of the soul, who is chosen to play the role with the Divine Child archetype in this soulmate contract with this angel. We're good. Let's start flipping. Element of fire. Okay, all right. What it is that you want here right now, if you are the angel, 6 of Blades, which would be the 6 of Swords, obviously a card of moving forward mentally, mental balance, harmony. This card actually has no reversal. The Sagaris, it's a Sagarris, I think. The double-headed axe. The key word is manipulation, and if you think about it, it's about thinking about it. It's like you want to bring in some mental balance here and move forward, at least mentally, from choppy water to smooth, as we see in the Rider-Waite Tarot. And here's somebody who, in a way, is wanting the same thing. This is a court card, the King of Cups. And I mean, if it's the Cancer card, so I mean, if you've got Cancer, if there's a Cancerian vibe here, you do you on that general read. But the vibe on here is what they want is that 4th house sense of home and family and warmth and emotional intimacy, but protected. I was raised by a Cancerian mother. They are the mothers of the zodiac. Could also mean that they want somebody who embodies that. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. It's a general read. What do you got in the earth here? Okay, so we're actually going to start with the child. So what they've got right now is the 5 of Swords, a lot of mental conflict. It can also be not the overwhelmed thinking of the 9 of Swords necessarily, but a lot of conflicting ideas. It can be a time of processing, of one changing one's mind. So there may be a little mental confusion there. Thank you. That's a clearer way of saying it, but all of that previous was true as well. So that might be why you want the Six of Blades, right? Because right now you might very well know that they are in a Five of Blades. This could be talking it out, but in a way that is to help and heal and balance, a manipulation of perception, seeing it from a higher truth perhaps. And where you are right now, see, you're the Nine of Flames though. You're kind of clear about what it is that you really want. You're one wand away from completing the cycle of fire here. The Wanderer is not lost, but following their own star, their own... Well, okay, and they're flashing the vision of traditional Nine of Wands. Right? Is it this way? I forget. Rider-Waite Tarot. You touch my sticks. And so you might be a little defensive here. You might have your walls up, but the Wanderer is also, I don't know if you can say, it's a woman. I guess I say gypsy. I don't want to say Romani. I don't know. It's the artwork on here, but definitely a traveling wagon. And saying, I think my 10th wand is just right over there. So, wanting to move forward into completion. And the Ten of Flames in this deck is a card of celebration. It's the Hora. Nagila, done at weddings. I don't know, guys. Let's see. Let's see if this is a wedding thing. Okay. Interesting. Your element of air. We're going to start with the Angel this time. Ace of Cups. So when you think about this, there is that Ace of Cups of happiness. Again, this could be you thinking about self-love, offering this cup of love to this person, but I think mostly offering it to yourself. Remember, the high point of that angel is like helping in service with no expectation of return. But I will say, the intuitive vibe I get on this is in your third eye. When you think of this person, your heart goes, right? Looks like a little beep, right? Like an ace, a seed. It can be tended. And what they're thinking about is Three of Wands. Three of Wands is certainly a waiting card, but it is also a card of loyalty. One's already gone through the Two of Flames, the Two of Wands, right? That indecision. What do I want? Why do I want it? Back and forth. You've made that decision, and now they're getting ready to take the journey. That Three, finding their priorities in this, how to make it work. Their fire along the way. So interesting. I do feel like there is a desire here, if you haven't met, to meet. Let's just keep going. Element of water. Second time in a row, Two of Cups has come up in the readings so far. Is only the second reading. They ain't messing around, guys. This stuff's important. The more soul. Oh, there's a blessing at the end they gave me instead of putting the whole reading together at the end in a blessing. They're like, just do this blessing. They'll dig it. Good. Two of Cups. You got the Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups. So like I said, you think it the Ace. Right? Suddenly another cup appears inside of you. So yeah, your very heart chakra here. There's very much a strong attraction. An emotional simpatico. You feel them. There could even be an empathic thing there, but they're feeling the Hermit. And I don't get a bad feeling on this. I feel like they're like, I am at right. Maybe they want to become the King of Cups here, that emotional maturity, that sense of being at home in their own skin emotionally, taking the time to heal, to see things from a higher perspective, right? Maybe to climb the mountain with the lantern. And I love in this deck, this is the god of time, Kronos, the father of the Olympians, Hera and Zeus and Poseidon, Hades, Hestia, Demeter. Am I forgetting any of them? I try not to, obviously. The gods, right? So he's time. Kronos, like a chronometer is, I believe, chronometer is a watch, right? So this is taking his time. Emotionally, there's definitely some self-healing going on here. And, by the way, the first major arcana card on the table. It's not a bad thing, particularly in that position. They may be a little cut off from you as the angel, but I think that's why you want to communicate. I think it's good. They're figuring stuff out, right? At least emotionally, they're going within to some extent. Let's see. What's the voice of the soul? Okay. Your soul is saying earthquake. Earthquake, Five of Pentacles. I know, being left out in the cold, but not in this deck. An earthquake is a quick physical change that happens, right? Really fast. I mean, there can be tremors coming beforehand, seismic activity. I do not know these things. I am no geologist. I don't even know if that's the right science for that at this moment. My mom will be so upset. But think about it. Earthquakes I mean, a long earthquake is, a 30-second earthquake is a big deal. That is like long for an earthquake. So usually it's one of those. It's being shook. And honestly, if you only want to look through the lens of the shadow, then yeah, that can be saying there is a disruption coming in this contract. But it can also be when you get shook, when something happens to you that it like shakes you, but in a good way. Like, it's like how people are afraid of the Tower card. It's like that can be a bolt of enlightenment. That can be the divine touching you and, you know, awakening you, Kali, the awakener in this deck. This is sort of like the minor arcana version of the Tower for me there. Because it looks like they got the Page of Wands up in the voice of the soul, the spirit there for them. And the vibe on that is a desire. I mean, a desire to send a message. Now, I don't know if they can. I don't know if they will. They have a loyalty. If I'm going to put the loyalty in a phrase, it's going to be like, I'm going to see how this goes. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to see how this goes. But mentally right now, they've just got too many conflicting things going on mentally in their minds. You know, and who isn't right now? We're all having to reevaluate our belief systems left, right, and center. It's those who are in the process of doing it in a loving way for themselves and letting everybody else figure it out. That's being a blessing on the world. Doesn't mean you can't help, but you do you first. It's a lot easier. Wow, simple need not apply easy. All right, very, very powerful thing here. I feel like they're going to want to bust a move here. I feel like you're going to, like they're saying, like your soul is saying, get ready, get ready. I feel like if you haven't met, don't know this person, you will, but it's going to come from them. And the divine child, and like a child will, hi, right? Probably with some enthusiasm, at least their soul is getting them, I think, in that place to send some kind of message. Really wanting to be the King of Cups, and that's okay too. It just means, you know, pages to me don't have zodiacal correspondence, they have elemental. So it is a passionate thing. I mean, it could be someone slid something into your DMs that might shake you. Social media. All right, tarot's on the table. Let's get some oracles. We are going to do, as I affectionately call it, okay, that does not need to be that far away. I try to make room for the spread, but that doesn't need to be that far away. Pull a muscle. Reaching for the Whispers of Love Oracle, or as I like to call it here, what, my friends? What? The party turned your deck, because this will turn the party. We're going to start with looking at that too. But before we do, 3 of these. One for the angel, one for the divine child, one for the overall contracts, the rebel there, the center lane. Here we go. As I call upon the Taurus collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading. 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. What is the whisper of love for the angel, the divine child, and the overall state of the contract in this timeless romantic soulmate read? We've got the angel there. How about that divine child? What's going on? What's their whisper of love from their higher selves and both of their higher selves with that rebel? Give us a little clarity, information, inspiration, insight for this Taurus angel, divine child contract. Shall we? The angel, be supportive, make a genuine effort to show you care, you angel. Obviously, the message is going to come in, and I don't know if it's going to be a call for help necessarily. We'll see. All right, well, let's see. You know when I do that, if you know what card this is, if you've been watching. True love. This love is a once-in-a-lifetime love. Their higher self is communicating. This is a true love contract. A soulmate true love contract will help heal thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people holographically struggling with the pain of past romantic wounds. Just all of that stuff. It's such a quantum healer. True love conquers all. It's divine love in physical form. You can, parent and child can have it. Absolutely. This is the romantic variety. But in the words of Billy Shakespeare, dated him in the way back, the course of true love never did run smooth. But of course a divine child would have more of perhaps an open, receptive heart on that. But with that Hermit card, I bet they've gotten burnt before, because how can you not get burnt on the path of true love? Not much of a hero's journey if there aren't demons and dragons. State of the contract with the rebel there. Do something for someone else. Give your attention to someone else, which I think speaks very powerfully of the state of this contract with the rebel archetype. Wouldn't surprise me if you are both involved with social justice in some way, shape, or form. Maybe not the same causes, maybe not in the same avenues or expressions of a similar or same cause. But something there where there is this thing, it's like, let's do, and like I said, there's something going on here that feels like as the two of you help each other heal, just that quantum healing rippling out, healing hearts and minds, particularly of the romantic stuff. I still have this theorem in my head, a hypothesis, that if all of a sudden all the soulmate, romantic soulmates like came together all at once, right? Reason or season or lifetime, whatever, everyone would just like hit with this wave, right? Just all of that stuff being healed. It would be such a healer on the planet. Yeah, okay, let's keep going. Very powerful stuff. And let's go a little bit more powerful, shall we? We're going to do the last three with, oh, not the last three, we've got four more, but three of them have bookie books. We're going to do the Kuan Yin Oracle, just one card, to get the divine feminine energy of the whole contract, right? The more internal stuff. Alana Fairchild, beautiful, but this one I'm only going to read the intro and the prayer at the end of each one, and I'm going to need my little magnifying glass because it's in nano font. Breathe. Yeah, take a minute. Breathe pink for a second. I dream of Jeannie Barbara Eden pink. Just keys me in every time. My beloved Kuan Yin. Please. One card in clarity, one of your oracles, please, for this Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Timeless romantic soulmate read. What is your guidance and grace in this angel and divine child contract in a rebel clause? Rebel with a clause. Veil of shadows. So, V-A-L-E, not V-A-I-L, right? V-A-L-E, whoop, wrong bookie. Card number 43, right? Yep, okay. And a beautiful card. I mean, all of them are gorgeous. I mean, Blue Angel Publishing does not mess around with their artwork. They're pretty spot on. I dig it. Veil of Shadows. Whoops, other way. 32. Where? Oh, I went all the way to the end. Oh, almost there. Almost there. No. Sorry, guys. 41, sorry, 42, 43. Veil of Shadows. I think this one's about shadow work. A lotus blossoms with deep, rich mud into which she plunges her roots and draws great nourishment. Watch out. From this mud, made of water and earth, growth happens and great beauty is revealed. Your soul lotus thrives through depth of emotion and aliveness of your body, into which she can plant herself and unfold as a lotus of light. This is about being in the body. This is about the element of earth. This is about that rich, wet, fertile soil, right, to grow a lotus. Your own awakening, you becoming the vehicle of true love. This relationship becoming a vehicle of true love here. So a prayer for assistance through the veil of shadows. Ready? I guess veil is short for valley. I never even thought of that. 53. Always learning. Breathe. Let's do the prayer for real. Just inhaling some Kuan Yin. I pray to Kuan Yin. Good way to start. Beloved spiritual mother, please help me be fearless in the veil of shadows, realizing that I am just growing in self-awareness, and whatever has grown ugly through lack of love will gleam like a polished jewel through my attention, willingness to love and accept all parts of me, and my divinely inspired creativity in integrating this part of me into my life with more consciousness. Om Mani Padme Hum. May all parts of me be blessed. Om Mani Padme Hum. The jewel in the center of the lotus. Om Mani Padme Hum. Taurians. That there are emotions here to be embraced. Right? More on your side, more water here than there, but yet there is this desire for that King of Cups with the divine child here. I feel like it may be feeling it, but has a lot of mental conflicts about it. That could be a social justice issue in all sorts of different ways, right? Different sides of the aisle, just everything on planet Earth right now is so up in the air with all that stuff. But fifth dimension is anchoring. It'll balance itself out. I won't say it always does, but this time it's gonna, for sure. Timelines, choices, but I get that. She's saying, like, you gotta love every part of you. Whatever arises, love that. Matt Kahn, brilliant book. He's really good if you want to enter into that way. Otherwise, we're looking at shadow work. And if you know each other and they are in hermit mode and you are feeling this love, then love the one who may love and miss them. But I'm going to tell you, if you're the angel helping those in need with no expectation of return, that's your key. Shoot for that. Love them unconditionally, even just as a Two of Cups in your heart, saying it would be great, but you know what? Bless you, whatever you need. It's being supportive, right? Make a genuine effort to show you support, even if from a distance. And remember, if you haven't met, you could say to whoever you are. That's what I do. Probably hits like pinball bouncing all over the tri-state area. Okay, let's keep going. We did the Divine Feminine. Let's do the Divine Masculine with the Blue Angel Oracle. And it's a hunky Archangel Michael artistry going on in this deck. This would be the Divine Masculine aspect of both of you, right? Of the masculine aspect, state of the contract. So if you breathed pink before for Kuan Yin, think breathing blue. Genie's sister Genie, if you want, if you have any idea what I'm talking about. I know, I watch the analytics. You're all Generation X. We're pretty damn close. Breathe. Oh, beloved Archangel Michael, so easy to tune to you. Please, one card in clarity for the Taurus Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Suns watching this video, receiving this reading. Kuan Yin's given veil of shadows on the inner, right? That's the Divine Feminine aspect, probably both of them, but immense healing going on there. So what's going on in the more masculine aspect, maybe some of the more physical aspect here in this angel divine child contract in the rebel clause in this timeless read. Eternity. Like from here to eternity. I love being from New York. So many accents, so many dialects to play with. The immortal present. Eternity. Card number 44. Master number. Ooh. Card number 41, 42, 43, 44. These are quick. I'm just going to move them up a little bit. Now, it's an interesting card because you can definitely see the symbols of infinity in there, but they're like, I won't say they're hidden, but they're just stylized well. They're not like jumping out at you, you know, like over their somebody's head or something. So card number 44, Eternity, the immortal present. So there's something about being in the present moment here being in the present moment, that element of earth, right? Embracing what's going on for you here in the now, and doing and giving your attention to someone else in that process. All right. This life which projects you forward is also the eternal life, which folds back within itself endlessly, time and time again. Your life unfolds within itself in an endless cycle. The future is inside you, waiting to appear. That is true on such a quantum level I can't even right now. It lives alongside you, this present moment. You will never have more or less than the present. All you are, all you have ever been, and all you will ever be is already here. It exists inside you. This card reminds you to keep focused on the present, for in the present everything exists. The magic of creation is now, and that's not new. I mean, be here now. The work of Eckhart Tolle in general, right? Power of now. Zen, right? Pick your form, right? A lot of the Eastern philosophies. You are an ocean of light, unfolding through time. This is your story. Eternity is your destiny waiting to be filled. That there's something about you connecting with the unified field of all time by staying in the present moment. And I think the way that you do that, honestly, is to really be current with your emotions. Even if it's about the past, think of your emotions, perhaps, right, as an angel or a child, both, as a child inside of you, and give it that love. You got to feel it to heal it, and you got to be in the present moment to feel it. And if it's something from the past between the two of you, this is the opportunity to heal it. But with true love and be supportive, I just, you do you. Not so sure there's too much emotional communication with that Hermit card going on is all. All right. Lover's Oracle. Lover's Oracle. Tony Carmine Salerno, another Blue Angel Publishing deck. Pantheons of the lovers. So think of all the lovers and all the different pantheons and the choirs of angels and just all that. All of them together as one. Please take a nice deep breath. As I call upon the pantheon of pantheons of lovers, please. Just one, please. What is the Lover's Oracle? Give us some clarity here. Bring this a little bit more into detail, a little bit more for my fellow Earth signs, the Taurus collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this readings. Maybe they're cross watchers. With this angel and a divine child contract in a rebel phase, what's going on here? Look deep within your heart. You will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. You're feeling it. I think they know. Well, their higher self knows it. I think they want to kind of have this be a little bit more emotionally stable with that King of Cups, or at least become that person who can hold that cup. Right? There's something very strong here with this true love thing. I think their higher self is really saying, this challenge that they're going through, right? This Five of Swords. It's mostly mental, but it might be programming from their childhood, having nothing to do with you as an adult on the angel, because I'm going to say it looks like you want to talk it out. You want to bring it into balancing, whether that's counseling or just a good conversation, maybe just being there for them. But I got to say, be supportive. True love, right? Do something for someone else. And I feel like there's a real symbiotic possibility here. But true love takes work. It is a hero's journey. Look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. Particularly if you're not in communication or haven't met each other, just call him whoever you are, him or her, whoever you are. Whoever you are. Feel my love and let me feel yours. It's doable. That meditation, it's in the description box, the True Lover meditation. Pretty awesome. I mean, I did it last night. It brought me to tears. It always does. Tears of joy. It's quite healing. Yeah. All right, last card down. You ready? Matcon Healing Mantra deck. You know I wasn't going to let you get away with that Matcon Healing Mantra card, because no matter who you are, the angel or the divine child, you get one this time to work on. And I am going to read it from the bookie book because he's a brilliant writer. I think he's great. Please take a nice deep breath. And who better to end this with? Last card down than the Ascended Masters of Romantic Soulmate Contract Law. That must be a fun office to work in. Please, that section of the Akashic Record Library. What's the snack bar like? Please, one card in clarity. The perfect healing mantra for this Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video or saving this reading or cross-watch or whoever, whatever. In this angel, divine child, soul contract here with the rebel in this timeless read, and their healing mantra is demystifying the darkness. My shadow shows me where my love needs to be sent. You guys are in shadow phase. Good. Heal yourselves. Better to take the time to do the work. Now, I do feel like the divine child, being the divine child, by the way, innocence, purity, and redemption. There's a nice piece of redemption in shadow work. You redeem the parts of yourself that you thought were ugly and hideous and horrible and realize it's like, no, those are not. That's the alchemy from lead to gold. There you go. I mean, there it is. Just that. And suggests a special connection to the divine. This might very well be, like I said, two people on a spiritual path. And true love is going to boil that stuff up to the surface anyway, right? So I'm going to read it. Let me read it from the boogie book. It just makes sense. Go check your shadow reads. Just finished them for this. At the time of this recording, right? This is timeless. You could be watching this years from now. Demystifying the darkness, but I do the waxing and waning moon reads every month. Come on, page. Demystifying the darkness. You don't need a magnifying glass for this. My shadow shows me where my love needs to be sent. When darkness is demystified, the scariest feelings, thoughts, ideas, and beliefs are seen as cries for attention from your most hurt and broken parts. Now, let's stick a pin in that. All right, I can see the angel picking up on that and really loving on this person, if you know each other, and being like, I really want to help. I really want to help. I really want to be supportive. But emotionally, they're in hermit mode. This might be something, because it's the divine child, that they have to take this with their own divine parentage. That's a nice way to say it. Okay, once the darkness is illuminated, you are able to be the light that transforms the dark instead of hiding in the light to avoid moments of darkness, which is called the spiritual bypassing of emotion, and creates a stronger spiritual ego, and it's a frickin' nightmare. Just as the light can acknowledge how much pain lurks in the darkness, it is the power of your unconditional love that brings your shadow out of hiding, right? And there are two ways to take that. Number one, love brings up its opposite. You start really feeling unconditional love, which I think you are kind of with that angel archetype there, if you're the angel there. But it's going to bring up your shadow, and it's supposed to. It's like a detox. It's like, I'm going to stop eating meat and all chemicals and just drink water and, and do it in a healthy way. And then freak out because, everything you've ever eaten is coming out through your skin, right? I've done dietary detox, Arise and Shine. I did the Arise and Shine detox 3 times in my lifetime. Intestines should squeak. Let me get you the last of this. This mantra is ideal for overcoming fear, dealing with night terrors, and transcending the perception of scarcity. I'm not feeling the night terrors here, but I am going to say the divine child inability to defend oneself against negative forces, certainly that might be a part of that night terrors thing. But I think in a more general sense, it's that tuning into the child archetype in any of its sub-patterns, the child in any of its forms. The child archetype is the guardian of safety and innocence. And when a child does not feel safe, they're not up for it, right? They'll hide. Happiest place on earth can be in a true love situation. If they're terrified, they're seeing through a lens darkly. There's a little New Testament for you. But if they're not, right, if they're feeling it, if they're feeling the love, if they're not afraid, if they feel safe, vulnerability, innocence, right? So a powerful thing here, I would definitely say, regardless of which side you are, inner child work some way, shape, or form. Lord knows the modality has shifted since it was first presented, back in the 70s or the 80s. So rather than put this all together in a blessing, I'm going to say for an angel and a divine child in a rebel thing, there is that avenue of rebellion here with demystifying the darkness to really take action in some way. And it has to do something, and this may not be for everybody, but with social justice, literally in the outside world. Wouldn't surprise me if that's how you met or that's how you'll meet. Challenging authority, to affect social change, rejecting spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs, with doing something for somebody else. The veil of shadows that you may be getting triggered by all of this stuff. Do the work. At least one of you do, because in the present moment you have everything you need inside of yourself. Look deep inside. You will feel each other's love. It is deep at the ocean while you are doing that, demystifying the darkness, and wouldn't that love be the very thing that demystifies the darkness, healing the shadow and the inner child, and all that is holographically. So here's the final blessing. Ready? Take a nice deep breath. May all the romantic soulmates be brought together in form, under grace, and in perfect ways, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. So mote it be. And so it is, yeah. Look, here we do whatever side you're on here. It's a true love deal. Once that card hits the table, it's like, good luck, right? It's not an easy path. Go watch your Path of True Love reads. I just did them before this last series, the Waning Moon I did. But if you want to book me for a reading, I do these all the time with clients. I really do. A good solid hour reading. I can crank one of these out to you and go way deeper than we can in a general. Otherwise, you want to reach out, classes, book that's in the description box. But I want to thank you so much for watching. This is a lovely read. It's got its healing to do, but if you help each other heal, you're attract, especially by healing yourself. So wishing you the very best and the very best of all of this, my beloved Taurians. Hail. Farewell, and blessed be.